Yeah. It's that time of year again. You know, I don't like it. And last year, I really went on a rant about the worst, the absolute worst movie romances I've seen. Kind of doing a sequel of sorts, but I'm not just limiting myself to movies. This is going to be 10 more stupid romances in fiction. And I'm going to go to movies, TV, books, whatever I've read or watched. So again, I have to have watched or read these things. So if you're looking for a particular thing and I haven't seen it, you're not going to see it on this list. So let's do this. This is the top 10 other stupid romances I've seen. Number 10 is La Hina. Yeah, it's the first manga I've ever talked about on one of these top 10s. And as a story, there's actually a pretty good one, but the romance itself, the guy gets treated like crap throughout the majority of it by the woman he has feelings for, and he still puts up with this crap. It's an abusive relationship until she finally just stops treating him like crap and finally starts having feelings for him. It's pretty stupid when you really read it a second time. But I guess when I first read it, I didn't think about that because I was just actually laughing at some of the funny things that are happening in the manga. But you can even see it, especially in the anime. She just treats him like crap, and it's just like I said, it's an abusive relationship, and it's just dumb. Number 9 is Never Been Kissed. Yeah, this one is Drew Barrymore. She's a reporter who pretends to be a high school student and infiltrates the school to try and write a piece about high school life. And she falls for a teacher and starts seducing him. Now, you know, I say, oh, she's falling for something. But think about it. He thinks she's a student. Yes, he thinks she's a student and she's trying to seduce him. And not to mention the fact that she tries to get everybody else involved and trying to help her seduce this teacher and basically try to ruin his life because he still thinks for the majority of the movie that she's a student, and if he does anything, he's going to get fired or arrested or God knows what else is going to happen to him. And yet still she just keeps on going, and then she tries to basically humiliate him in front of the entire town. And if he doesn't show up at this moment where she's professing her feelings for him, now he's the biggest asshole in the history of the town. And she would be the victim. It's like, oh, this is so stupid. Yeah, this is a terrible, terrible movie and a terrible romance. It didn't crack my top 10 because I didn't have that strong of a feeling about this one. And that's why it barely cracked the top 10 on this list. Number 8 is Say Anything. In your eyes, the light, you're a creep. You're a creep. Let's get out of the way. The guy's a freaking stalker, alright? The guy is a freaking stalker. He follows her constantly. He stalks outside of her house holding the freaking boombox over his head with Peter Gabriel's say In Your Eyes. And it's just... No, this is held up as a good romance movie. It's creepy as hell. But like I said, he's a freaking stalker. Why are people constantly saying that this is a good movie, it's a good romance? I don't get it. It's just ridiculous. No acquiring for taste. But then again, people say, well, it's just the product of its time. Are you trying to tell me at that time stalking somebody was acceptable? It may have been good then, but it's definitely not good now, that's for sure. Number 7 is The Little Mermaid. Yeah, I think I said this before, but I could have filled almost half of the top 10 worst movie romances with Disney movies because they're notoriously for bad romances. But I'm gonna just choose 2 of them. This is the first one, Little Mermaid. It's another stalker, basically. She stalks this guy from the water, and she just falls for him. And she makes a deal with the Sea Devil to sell a piece of her, basically her soul, in order to try and seduce this guy without being able to talk. But it's, I know people have held, oh, it's such a good movie, so romantic. Have you watched it recently? That's what a lot of these movies are. Have you watched it recently? They're not that good, and this is a completely stupid romance. And not to mention, he doesn't even know her. And she lies about who she is to try and get with him. Then again, that's kind of true in some relationships, isn't it? But still, there are some good moments in the movie, but as far as the romance goes, it's pretty bad. Not as bad as number 6, which is Cinderella, the other Disney movie on this list. And ooh, I was debating whether or not to put this one or put this one on the other list or to keep it here. And I put it here because the other two romances were just worse. But this one is pretty terrible itself because she just goes about, it's another one of those love at first sight. Oh, I hate those sort of things. And people have asked me before, it's like, don't you believe in that? Don't you believe in love at first sight? No, I don't. I don't believe in that. I think it takes time and time to get to know somebody. You may be smitten with them, but it's different. It's a different feeling than actually having that emotion for someone. And so this is, not to mention, the guy is literally a nameless prince. He doesn't have a freaking name. You talk about some of the shallow representations of women in these Disney movies. At least they get names and we get shown who they are. They have some sort of personality. Even at times they're terrible, like Snow White. But the guys are just, they're the epitome of a neutral mask and no anything. They're hollow shells, and this is the worst offender because he's just a prince, no name, and all you see him is yawning and he's infatuated with her and goes to get a freaking foot that fits a shoe. What if there are other women that have the same size shoe that she does? And not to mention the fact that you're basically saying, fit this, you're mine. It's like, this is ridiculous. This is complete nonsense. And people think this is a good movie and this is a good romance. I've had people tell me about, Cinderella is so good. You should see the remake. Because, no, I don't want to see the remake. The first one was pretty terrible in itself. So that's part 1 of my list. Stay tuned tomorrow for part 2, right on Valentine's Day, where I talk about 10 of the other 5 stupid romances I've seen. So until then, bye.